So, special welcome to you all. This Sunday evening talk. So, every Sunday we experience lot of bliss, right? Yes? You all experience that? You all feel vibrant or recharged by coming to Shanti Sarovar? How many of you feel that way? Majority. That's very good. So, every Sunday we get lot of inputs and lot of homeworks also for the whole next week. So I hope you are practicing last week what we practiced, right? Some activities as well as some learnings from last week also. So when we experience, means when we put in the practice, then we become masters of that point, right? It is not just listening to it, it is more to do with the practice, right? So as you all know, Sunday evening talk is the regular series of Shanti Sarovar, and every Sunday we get different topics, different inputs on different topics, different speakers across the world. So today we have very special topic. What is the topic today? एक बार बोलेंगे तब आपको याद रहेगा. Through managing temptations. So first of all, I would like to ask, do you all have temptations? No? Yes. Right? Majority of you have temptations other than the brother. So everyone has temptations. What kind of temptations do you all have? Temptation for? Food. Yeah. What kind of temptations do you all experience, so that he will focus on all those things? Social media addiction. Yeah. What else? Money. Yeah. So different temptations. You will feel that while listening to it, you will understand, oh, this is also a temptation. Right? Otherwise, many times we are not aware of what are the temptations, we are behind it, and how to overcome. So first spot the temptation and then you will understand how to overcome. So today for this process we have honorable guest Dr. C.Veerender Garu. I invite you onto the stage with a round of applause. So very renowned psychologist as well as very social activist and serving the society through his presence, through his talks, through his activities. So just now I was telling a big biodata of him, whatever he has done for the society and whatever he has achieved in the form of awards or in the form of many positions which he is leading from his heart. As a person, I would say you are very great-hearted, very happy person who can make everyone also happy around you, and I am sure whoever meet you, they will get some kind of tips and techniques to have the mental strength. So that is what he is. He is connected with Brahma Kumaris in the way sports wing of Brahma Kumaris conducting different services, and in that way he is also serving the society through his talks as well as counseling and all those things. So he is author, columnist, sports psychologist especially. In general, he is having many other things also as a psychologist. He is managing director, Veerender Counseling Center Private Limited, Hyderabad. He has organized many national and international conferences, workshops on sports psychology, conducted many personality development trainings also, even in TVs, in media, in social media platforms also. He is serving many. He is consultant for state government organizations. He is also vice president of International Federation of Physical Education and Sports Science. In a way, we have a very big experienced personality. From his experience, from his, I can say, outlook or dimension to the society, he is helping the people. So I was just talking about, you have heard few weeks before Ramesh Nagapuri, who is the chief coach of athletics, Indian athletics, as chief coach, junior athletics. So he was there this morning and we were talking about all these people are I can say, great people who are serving the society in different way. So, sports, when I say, it's not one, two people they are serving, but those who got help from all of them, bringing laurels for the country and bringing India or putting the India in a pedestal. So, in that way, they are contributing so much to the society. So, today we have this privilege to have Veerender Garu with us. So, I request you to talk on mental strengthening, mental strength or fitness through overcoming temptations, right? Because mental strength comes with so many things. It's a very huge topic. So, one topic we decided, because this is the age group or the crowd which we get, a lot of them will be facing challenges because of the temptations, right? So, we decided this topic. So, Veerender Garu will throw light on this.
Thanks. Good evening to everybody. You all looks very serious. So be cool and relax, and I request you. So we are going to have a serious conversation on this. Then I wish all of you to prepare some questions, okay, so that in that questions we can understand more things. Instead of I presenting things and you listen it, let it not be like it is like a classroom. It is not a classroom, okay, and I'm not your teacher also. So it is like, I came here to interact with all of you, to learn something from all of you, because you came from the different walks of life and different professionals, and you have really have a lot of wisdom which you experienced in your daily challenges. So at the same time, the idea of looking at this through psychological perspective, this is how I am here to introduce to you. So some of the concepts which I am going to present to you might have already come across in your regular day-to-day life. So before I start the session, let me thank Brahma Kumaris, were every time very kind enough to make me part of this fantastic interaction programs. I'm very much happy to be interact with the people. And also let me thank my parents for giving this wonderful life. Let me also thank all my teachers who really added great amount of validation to my life. Let me also thank my wife, kids and friends and family for their continuous emotional support in whatever endeavor I do. Let me also thank thousands of clients who really share their pain, share their dark secrets, share their all the disturbances which really made me to become more wiser than what I read, what I was trained by different professionals. That is the thing which really I feel that I fortunate and privileged to have that opportunity, because they are trusting a lot of repose on me. They repose a lot of trust on me. Let me also thank farmers of this land who are continuously, constantly struggling to feed us to survive on this planet. And welcome to this evening. Thank you. So, what is, as per your understanding, physical fitness? How we can understand? Before going to the mental fitness, let us understand what is, how you define, how did you understand the physical fitness? Active and who has energy. Okay. Any other? When you feel energetic throughout the day. Very good. See, this is not a, I said no, it's not a classroom, right? You, whatever you feel, I'm not expecting an answer from the textbook, no. I'm expecting the answer from your experiences, from your own understanding, okay? So feel free to say, there is no right wrong, okay? So we're working on the opinions, we feel that opinions are very genuine, right? There are no copyrights, but you can also share with your, experience. Healthy body, healthy mind, yeah. Any other response? You can talk, no GST, free to talk. Mentally fit. Physical fitness means mentally fit. Okay.
If our mind is fit, then so we will fit.
Feel fit physically, automatically. Oh, good. Any other?
Having the strength to do.
Yeah, having strength to do physical activity. Very good. Okay. Any other? Absence of any disease and physical discomfort. You consider to be physical fitness. Okay, very good. Yeah. Any other, sir? No problem. I wish your voice also to be recorded.
Enough immunity that can keep us
Yeah,
fit
yeah,
and
yes. Very good, very good. Yeah. Hi. Say another simple, very simplest question I would like to pose at you so that I can get the response from you. See, when you feel hungry, what you do? Eat. When you feel thirsty, what do you drink? Sure. Only water, any other drink you drink. First you go to the water, isn't it? See, when I asked the first question, you got different answers. When I asked two questions, you came with the same answer. How? Are you going to any coaching center? They train only these answers. Recently there is a NEET results were there. They said there are 67 people got the same rank, first rank. Everybody got a 720 by 720. Are you going to any coaching? No. But how come you got the same answer? That is a natural state of being, isn't it? Otherwise, physical fitness is supposed to be the same. But unfortunately, what is happening? Because we never really taken it from anybody, because we are not serious about it. Isn't it? So, what we do when we are not serious about it? We interpret our own things. Right? Recently, I visited a college who are in engineering, second year people. I was interacting with him. I asked a simplest question, what are the basic features of a student? They given 10 fancy words like determination, discipline, and commitment, hard work, all these things. I said, okay, nice. We are given fantastic 10 words. It's okay. I'll take these 10 words. We'll go outside and pick up one person who looks to be qualified and educated. We'll ask them. We'll tell these features. Which person has these qualities? If he says a student, then we can say consider they are the student qualities. Immediate students, no sir, nobody says. Then it means what? So I spent almost 15 to 20 minutes. I questioned everybody, almost 15 to 20 people. No student came up, told what are the basic character of a student. Then I asked, from where you got all these fancy words? People are too much consuming material from all medias, and they are forgetting what exactly they are supposed to be. Then they said, then I came with an idea, right? A person who regulates the traffic, right? Who always in the uniform, he always stays in the crossroads, right? He'll be always there to guide the people. Immediately say, no sir, he's a police. No, that's fine. Then how we are able to say this? There are some particular features are there to say that. So similarly for a student, what is that? So they forgotten, almost to reach a engineering second year, they regularly may be going from, at least we consider from the first class, 10 years, 2 years intermediate, and first year, almost 13 years of their journey as a student. They really forgotten that what student has to do. Another important question, if you ask any student, what a student will do? What student has to do? Any students are here? You are a student, no? Don't worry, don't give your own answer. Why a student go to school or college?
To study.
See? If the student goes to the college to study?
Children go to school,
Hmm.
learn for all things.
Yes, to learn. Student go to a school or college to learn. But what we made, we converted everything into study. You take my word, you just after going home, you ask your children. They say we are going to the school to study. What you study in the school? School is meant to learn things. You're going to the school to learn, right? So then I raise a question. Then after going home, what you do? I study. Then you go to your tuition, right? Yes. Why you are going to study? So morning to evening, only study, study, study. This is how we are all conditioned everything. Okay. So fitness is something as similar to all of you expressed it, but I put it in a better format with articulating words, stating that in general physical fitness in psychological perspective says that any person after doing regular duties of that person, if a student, he has to go to the institution, he should sit in the classroom, listen, right, try to learn. If at all any activity is there in the school, he can do, play. After coming home, he must still have the enthusiasm to do the things. This is called you are physically fit. Any person, whoever it may be, a 40 years old adult, after going to office, come back home, still feels energetic and enthusiastic to do something, to interact with the people in the house, he is considered to be energetic. But many of the people, what they do after coming from their respective activities in a day, they come, they as soon as enter into the house, they feel very much exhausted. So this is the first thing we need to understand that indicates that you are not physically fit. So what is that physical fitness matters for any human being? Does it really matters?
Yes, sir.
Matters? How it matters? Let's suppose I am not physically fit. Okay. I feel exhausted. By the time I reach home, I feel that I should be, fallen myself like a vegetable on the bed. Yeah, many of the teenagers, if you could check, especially girls, as soon as they come from college, maybe around 4:30, 5:30, no mother can touch at least for 2 hours. If they touch it, they become like ferocious, lion. Yeah. They don't do anything. They tire, they exhaust, they feel lifeless. Then after 2 hours of sleeping, then they slowly wake up, then fresh up, they watch mobile for 1 hour, they chat, then they go sit on television or any web series are there, they watch it, then they, with frequent reminders of the parents or mother, they eat just to satisfy the mother. Then once again the routine starts. So with this physical state of position, then we need to talk about the mental fitness. Then what is mental fitness? How we can define? See, this is only to understand, right? So don't feel I did not give right answer. Not necessary. Being part of this conversation itself is a great thing. You are doing it.
Mental fitness is the willing power of
Yeah, building power of the mind. Okay.
Study of mind.
Study of mind. Mental fitness, study of mind. Wow. Everybody, you cannot study. This is another big one trouble for them.
Some people is mentally sick, so first we see the student.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Observe the student.
Okay. What is a mental fitness? State of mind? Okay. Emotionally stable. Okay. What?
మెంటల్ ఫిట్నెస్ గా ఉన్న
కూర్చొని చెప్పండి.
పర్సన్
మీరు లేస్తే నాకు భయం వేస్తుంది. మీరు కూర్చోండి. నాకు చెప్పండి.
మెంటల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అంటే ఆ వ్యక్తి హ్యాపీగా ఉండటం, చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్నవాడు హ్యాపీగా ఉండటం.
వెరీ గుడ్. వెరీ గుడ్. యా. స్ట్రెస్ లేకపోవడం. వెరీ గుడ్. Ability to control. Okay. Okay. Any other? Then question is that why we need to talk about the mental fitness? Because we are all born to be fit. And we believe that we are fit. Right? So why specially Brahma Kumari should organize a session, right? Invite me to talk about the mental fitness. Everybody believes that they are mentally fit. If you talk about anything with anybody about the psychology of the persons, behavior of the persons, the mentality of the persons, people are very much denied. They will be always in a denial mode. Even if the parent talk about the child, no, it seems these days you are getting very angry, so why don't you go to a psychologist? Huh? You think that I am insane? You think that I am, behaving like a mad person? No. You better you go and show it to him. This is a common sentence we heard. When parents come with the children, the parent says with the huge, with the apologetic tone, I tried, I am trying, not coming. So please tell him that we came here only to understand studies, to guide his career. Only put your focus only on this. Later we will think if it is necessary. So talking about the mental fitness, talking about the mental health, talking about psychological issues has become a big taboo now. It is going on. Fortunately, these days around 5% of the society, tip of the iceberg, slowly emerging. And this is a fortunate that these days many of the newspapers are addressing these issues. There will be some column, for the past 5-6 years, you can see. And also all the televisions also somewhere the way, they're inviting people like me on different issues, they are able to sharing their opinions. And these days, another important thing you all need to understand, the cinemas, pictures you can see, any commercial movie, there will be at least one character is there which talks about psychology. Maybe a psychiatrist, maybe a psychologist, right? Maybe a student who is pursuing psychology. Some way, other way, that indicates that slowly people accepting about understanding the human behavior, right? So, in understanding the brain, this brain is absolutely endowed with only major 3 things. One is thinking, second is emotion, third is behavior. This is a triad. In these 3 only, the whole human life across the globe, you take 800 crores of people are being organized only these 3. And any leadership, it can be a business leadership, it can be a social leadership, it can be a spiritual leadership, it can be a financial leadership, it can be a political leadership, or whatever and wherever you see. Whoever has emotionally intelligent, those people have the ability to levitate themselves from the lower stage to the higher stage. All the leaders across the globe have absolute a better emotional intelligence. It means what? The 2 words itself is able to communicate. What is emotional intelligence? Yes, exactly. How using your intelligence to understand your emotions, right? How you use your emotions to progress in your life. That is in simple way to understand. And in that process, we will know that we can understand, these are the major definitions we can say. Mental fitness is experienced in our needs for competence, autonomy and relatedness. If these 3 things are in line with any person, then we can definitely say that that person can mentally fit. If whatever activity you are doing, if it is not falling in these 3 lines, then what happens? See, these 3 coordinates are there: competence, autonomy and relatedness. Why many of the students who are preparing for various exams at the intermediate level suffering with too much of anxiety, stress? Why? What is the reason? One is it because of the competition?
Stress from the parents.
No? Huh?
Expectation from the parents.
Expectation from the parent is too high, unable to handle by the children, because they are not connecting here. See, competencies are very less for them, and there is no autonomy for the child. What is the meaning of not having autonomy? Autonomy means freedom to take decisions about my own life. See, what I need to eat is decided by somebody. What I need to wear, somebody will decide. What hairstyle I have, somebody will decide.
After marriage, it's okay.
Why it is okay?
Sir, if you go
Uh.
in the different direction,
Uh.
you will be happy.
Personal experience. So we need to understand, you need to accept. Because of wisdom, white hair people have a lot of wisdom. They share things not out of the books but of experience. You need to understand. But either before marriage or after marriage, everybody should have this autonomy, an agreed autonomy, isn't it? In a family, you need to have, like parties have having, the common minimum program. What is the common shared goals towards our marriage? Then this autonomy will exist within the two people, then the dissent will be less. Whenever there is a stress, people claim, maybe because of the wife and husband, maybe because of parent-child relationship, it is because when children or elders, when they feel that there is no autonomy, then they start feeling stressed. Then the cooking starts. It cooks. Then they really don't know that their all kind of faculties of brain, functionality become paralyzed. The first thing when they experience too much of stress, so what happens? One is that they lose interest in doing things. Their sleep disturbs. They don't want to spend time with anybody. They don't feel like to talk to anybody. In sudden events, they start feel like crying. They always try to be aloof. They don't want to take bath. They don't feel like to eat. Even if eat also, sometimes they eat more, sometimes they don't eat. They starve their stomach. They feel hungry, but they don't feel like to eat. These are all basic symptoms of any person who is slowly slipping into the depression. Then this depression, if it is continuous for more time, then the brain neurotransmitters wiring will change. Then it starts telling you to have your own audience in your head. The audience are the images created by you, people around you in your family, maybe parents, maybe teachers, maybe your friends. And those people sit in your head and try to say, you are fit for nothing, you are waste, you are scrap, you don't know anything, you cannot study, you cannot achieve anything. You become burden to your family. What for your living? Then this slowly goes to, I am fit for nothing, I don't deserve to live. Then slowly it pushes you, catch up these words. Yeah, I'm not going to the college, I'm not listening to my parents, I'm not getting up properly, I'm not doing anything at home. Yes, really I'm useless. Then in their minds tells the stories what they heard about the people who committed suicide. Then slowly they keep searching. Which method is better? Then in fine morning, they try to. Fortunate if the parents realizes that this girl or boy is doing some unhelpful things, not eating properly, not talking, suddenly crying without any reason. If they are very conscious about this, they immediately bring it to the notice of the. Basically, mothers will recognize that there is a problem with the child. Many of the males, unfortunately, they deny it. Immediately they say, that fellow I know, that fellow is doing because to escape studies. They say these words. So with many of the clients who come to us, many of the the clients goes to there only because of the mothers. 90% of the clients reach to the professional because of the mothers. Many of the fathers, they don't understand what mother says and they don't understand what children are really undergoing, and they many a times they don't come with the child, and many of the mothers come to the professional without informing the father. They're ready to fight with the father. The father said, no, don't take it. Do you think that he is an insane boy? No, he is fine. He will pick up within no time. But they don't want to take the professional help. So this is how it comes. So these are all things comes because of this autonomy is missing. And this relatedness, the thing what they are doing with the aspirations what they have, they think that this is disconnected. There is no connection at all. There is no relatedness what I want to do it and what I am doing it. And these are all things will make that person to feel terrible. And then this mental health slowly degrades. And post-pandemic and during the pandemic is the biggest thing which happened in everybody's life. We have done one survey. We have taken online survey in 2020 to 21 and 21 to 22 also. 40% of Indian people suffering with the major three issues. One is anxiety, second is depression, third is obsessions, obsessive compulsive disorder. These are the major three things, and now it is very much prevalent in the society. And many of the people really don't know that this is an issue. Even qualified people.
Sir, most of it happens with the IT person because husband and wife, they are only two in the house during the pandemic. Nobody is ready to cook the food. Nobody is ready to talk each other. They only go with the work,
Yes.
work.
Yeah, even many people are there in the house. There is a lot of domestic violence was there, isn't it? There is a lot of domestic violence. Though everybody was resting at home, but we professionals, you and me, was serving regularly throughout the hours across the globe. It was sudden lockdown was there. Many of the Indians were stuck up in different countries. We are connected with the 16 countries. We are connecting with the Zoom, we are connecting with the Google Meet, connect the WhatsApp video calls to make them understand, make them feel safe, make them understand that we are here. Some people are here to help you out. So since then, it is, now and then we keep on getting regular calls to help them to come out of these mental health issues. And many of the people problem is that they really don't understand. So these issues, the mental health issues basically comes out because of these three things. So whenever anybody is not really going good, when you understand that the person has become little slow in his activities and in his productivity, you have to check these three things. How much competence he is having in doing particular skill. Then does really whatever the task he is doing is out of his choice or it was enforced by somebody. And third one is relatedness. What is the child really wanted to achieve? And whatever the course is doing, will it be complementing it? Is it connecting with that or not? These are the...
By the student in the quota was the reason for the...
Yes, exactly. Why you go to quota? Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are very much vulnerable for all the suicides. In two Telugu states, we have been following for the past 15 and 18 years. Seriously, for the past 15 years, every year, even only in Telugu states, 15 years to 30, strong age, at least 5,000 to 6,000 people will commit suicide. Many of them, one is because of the pressure, psychological pressure they experience because of the performance issues. Second is because of can you imagine what is highest second reason? No? First is peer pressure, parent. No, main of the relationship issues, opposite sex relationship issues. So these are the major two things people resort to commit suicide, right? Many people say that, why people have to die? Why they need to commit suicide? If they don't want to, they can go out of the house. They don't want to, they can fight with their parents or with the spouse, they say. But it is a systematically desensitization from your own self. The environment will create a situation in you that it makes you feel that you are useless. You are a vegetable. You cannot do anything. Then how they can really do it? That's how the brain has such a powerful material. You can create hell out of heaven. You can also create heaven out of hell. This is how our brain functions. But unfortunately, we were not given awareness about how to understand our own brain. We really don't know why we have emotions. We really don't know what is the goal of emotion. You all get angry? You get anger, no? Right? What is the aim of anger? Yeah? Controlling, okay.
Get desired result.
To get desired result, okay. First of all, tell me, did you ever start understanding, questioning that why we need emotions? What for emotions are there? For what? Satisfaction, okay. Or? To express. Why we have voice? You have thinking. Why emotion required? And that's what I am telling. Why nature given emotions? The question is that. Okay. Emotions are? That's what I am talking about, the feeling itself. Emotion is a broader spectrum. Feeling is? That's right. Now you are telling what we are right now. My question is from going back to the original days where the creature started growing, that why these emotions are developed. One is survival, okay. What exactly emotions are doing for us? Okay, let us reframe that.
Needs.
Yeah?
Needs of each other.
Needs of each other, what? Yeah, that is, it pushes you. It accelerates you. Accelerator, there a vehicle, there is an accelerator, right? Isn't it? You have a clutch, you have a gear, and you have a accelerator. So the emotions are accelerators for you. You have a thinking, right? So what feeling will do? Feeling will push you to achieve what you want to do it. Let's suppose you are sitting in front of a television or some series, some channel you are seeing, isn't it? Something in that a very fantastic dish they are showing, right? It is there for more than 15-20 minutes. They are talking about the preparation, they are talking about the food, somebody is experiencing taste and they say, wow, what a fantastic taste. Immediately what happens?
Go to kitchen.
Huh?
We'll go to kitchen.
Huh? First your mouth waters. It is virtual, you don't get, even if you go and pull it also, nothing you will pull out of that screen. Isn't it? Slowly your mouth started watering. ये कैसा हो सकता है? How it happens? What is happening here? Even if the food, physically it is there in front of you, but you are unable to reach out, they are asking you to wait for some time to pray, right? It may take some more time, or at that time also you are getting mouth watering, isn't it? But it is a virtual, still you are getting the mouth watering. Why? What does it mean? See, for brain, it doesn't know what is real, what is imaginary. Brain, it fakes you. We never realize this. We think and we trust brain so much that, it tells whatever it is true. But unfortunately not. We don't know these simple, basic things, how brain fakes us. And somebody, keeps sending a lot of messages in the WhatsApp and we read them, then we get full emotion. Hey, somebody is doing this, somebody is doing, no, we must protect ourselves. Why? Because we never challenge our beliefs. We never challenge it. Even we are qualified, we never challenge our beliefs with which we are driven, on which value system we are working. I'll tell you simplest example. In all the films, snake considered to be as a god, Of course, in real life also we consider that is our one of the gods of, in India. There is a festival in India, Nagula Chauti. What they do అండి? ఏం చేస్తామండి? పుట్టలో పోయి పాలు పోస్తాం. Isn't it? We pour the milk for the snake, isn't it? Does really, if you pour the milk in that snake will drink? Where the milk will go? It sink. Is it or not? Out of 140 crores, maybe this is being practiced by 60 crores people on the day. It means what? Almost, if at all snakes are there in this, okay, maybe 50 crores of these snakes will feel uncomfort inside. But we pray, we say that we are offering milk for that. This is one, people never challenge it. Why? Even if you want to offer anything, what you can do? You really wanted to offer milk to the snake, what do you need to do? Huh? Yeah. You can keep it in a bowl, put it in front of its door. We don't keep. We are afraid. మనకు పుణ్యం రాదేమో, మనం నన్ను పోయాలా? Yeah, exactly. Number 2, do you know that snake never drink milk? वो सांप है, वो दूध पीता ही नहीं, कभी पिया, पीता भी नहीं. क्यों? Because the digestive system is not designed to drink the milk, drink the liquids. It doesn't drink milk, it doesn't drink water, it doesn't drink beer, it doesn't drink chai, कुछ भी नहीं पीते. मगर we are really following a great tradition, trust that we have to offer the milk for the snake god. See, this is the state of our mind. Recently, I have seen, many of the WhatsApp messages I have seen. One fellow wrote that, we have cows, we have to pray the cow because it takes the oxygen and leaves the oxygen. Yeah? ऐसा होता है? Is there any animal on this planet can swallow the, oxygen and leaves the oxygen? It doesn't happen. And people believe it, many of the people. Recently, a fellow who finished his PhD in chemistry, he came with his son. Over the conversation, it went to that, he shown WhatsApp. So see, our cows are very serene. And I said, why? I said, no, they take the oxygen, gives the oxygen. Oh, where is that cow, that special cow? Hey, every cow. Is it? So it is working against the nature principles. No. Then how can you studied chemistry, right? What is your graduation? By PC. Did you read biology? I read. Then you go home, read biology. Is there animal which can take the oxygen, use the oxygen? Next day he came. Sir, I read, sir, it is not there. Then I said, then what did you do? I don't know, sir, how I started believing this. This is how we slowly take out all unhelpful material inside and we'll driven away with that. So when you learn to challenge our own beliefs which you are unconsciously we have collected, then your emotions will be always on the balanced manner. For human survival, nature has given thinking and emotion, right? Based on that behavior. Whatever the beliefs what we have carried because of our parental system in which we have grown up, they are not true to every situation. No. We have to challenge it. We need to search. We need to check it. All the media, social media, cinemas, papers, they speak nonsense. If you don't challenge them, you are gone. You will become mad. That's how we are making all the parents become mad because they are encouraging to take only engineering, only medicine, only these things. And many of the people, young people, are unable to take that load. Either they are committing suicides or they are becoming totally dysfunctional. What is the meaning of dysfunctional? Not doing anything. Yeah, सुबह से शाम तक कुछ नहीं करता हूँ. 12 बजे को उठते, अगर कोई बोले तो जाके नहा लेते, नहीं तो वो भी नहीं, कुछ खाते, टीवी पे बैठते, वीडियो गेम्स खेलते, घर में रूम पे जाते, डोर बंद करते, सो जाते. नो कनेक्शन बिटवीन द पेरेंट एंड चाइल्ड. There are so many children in Hyderabad who are really suffering because of all these things. So to survive the human being growth, see, we have got the need. What is a need? Human has some needs, okay. Any organism has some needs. Needs for what?
To survive.
Needs are only to survive. ये वो नहीं रहे तो हम नहीं जी सकते, isn't it? That is all considered to be need. So if you go back to 1 lakh years, when the Homo sapiens started their living, what was their needs at that time? When there is no civilized so-called society, they are living in the jungle, isn't it? Only, yeah, food, shelter, isn't it? Right? Water, and next the reproduction process, isn't it? Sex. These are only things. These are only needs. Physiological needs we call them. These are only things which is really making them feel. Then slowly people started realizing fire invented, then people started cooking, right? Then they started building, compound walls. They started helping each other. Civilization started. People started forming the rules and regulations. From there, wants started. From wants to slowly desires enter. From desire to temptation. This is the hierarchy of, as human is growing in the society, the needs, wants, desires and temptations. What is the difference between the wants and needs? Pardon?
Need is must have and want is good to have.
Yeah. Need is a most essential thing. That basic need to survive. That idea is only to survive in that particular context, isn't it? Want is extra than need. Even if you don't have it also, it's okay. Still you can survive, isn't it? But now what happened? Our wants has become needs. As we grow after industrialization, right? After our economical reforms in India or across the globe, slowly people converted all wants into needs, all desires into wants. This is the promotion that we have given for them, right? See, having a television, right, at home, we consider it's a want, or we convert it into a need, okay. Then next want it comes that, no, we have a TV, it's okay, but not general TV, we should have a LED TV. Yeah. No, LCD is outdated, I think LED is latest, right? So we want LED. It is not only LED, we should have a smart TV. क्या रहना इसमें? इंटरनेट ऑपरेट करना. अरे इंटरनेट कैसे तो भी आपको मोबाइल में है, लैपटॉप में है, और ये टेलीविजन क्यों? No, it doesn't look nice if we don't have the net connection, smart television. Somebody comes and watch it as, they may say. The influence of the neighbors in our life is very much unconsciously, invisibly. They are not visible, isn't it? But we are all conditioned. We sell ourselves. How we sell ourselves?
With the neighbor.
Huh?
With the neighbor.
With the expectation of others. The people around us will shape us how you want to be. You forget what really you want to be. If you have a small car, we consider it as a need, but slowly, no, at least we should have SUV. That is a need, greatest need, isn't it? Yeah. You open the car even for once in a month, but you keep it a SUV car in the parking. Every day you should start it. Drr, drr, drr. Sound makes you feel happy and look at everybody whether they're watching or not. If they watch it, fine. Ho gaya kahani. Yeah, I am in the eyes of everybody that I am rich, good, great. Fine. Bahut acha ho gaya. This is how our need, want, desires are controlling us. then because they are not connecting with the life really you wanted to choose, then because of the EMIs every month will not make you feel happy. Is it or not? Then stress creep in. How much amount of effort you put every day, but every month every day before you go to the sleep, you make a calculation. 10,000 car, 10,000 house, 10,000 for entertainment, total balance is 0. Hey, how I should pay the fee for my son then? What is the expenses for the hospital? Once again, he'll get up at 3 o'clock and make a calculation. The whole life goes only with the additions and subtractions. You will keep waiting for only for the check, end of the month, and all will be distributed. You will be a distributor. You only have a happiness of collecting money, and in the first week of the month itself you distribute everything, and then your whole balance will be nil. So why these are all coming? Because of this last one, that is the fourth one, because of the temptations. What is the difference between desire and temptation?
Temptation not controllable.
Yeah, temptation means you really want to get it, but you know pretty well that it is not going to happen. But your mind is always inclined towards that. Your eye will be always there. You know pretty well, getting it done, or you want it, you have to put lot of effort, and it may really, either financially it may make you bankrupt, or physically also you will be overwhelmed, or any of the case. If you can look into that, these things which you aimed at are not going to possible in your life, but you always keep thinking about it. So these temptations can be financial, it can be about your position, political positions, or it can be about your sexual desires, or it can be about any of the things. It can be about the food. When you started, we were talking about the temptation may have the food. Recently, we went for a small get together. One of my friends retired, so in honor went there. My friend is taking the sweet, end of the dinner, taking the dessert, and then talking to him. His wife goes, "Hey, why are you eating sweet? Don't eat sweet." I asked her, why you are controlling him? Let him eat. No, you don't know, his sugar is now 300. Then I asked my friend, is it true? वो आते आते जाते हैं भाई, क्या है हम? See, having a sugar is a myth. कभी भी 300 रहता, कभी 400 रहता, कभी कभी 200 भी रहता है. इसमें क्या है? How can I lose the sweet which I have my choice? Then I said, then if it is goes to 400, what is? अरे क्या होता है भाई, एक इंसुलिन लेते होते हो गया. I always have, whenever it is shoot up to more than 350, I'll take one insulin injection. Oh, what?
How much unit you are taking daily?
Me? Still not yet diabetic. With your wish, I hope that I will get diabetes. People happy these days, 60 people, whenever they meet, they ask, what is your score? I surprised one time, score means what? Diabetes score, boss, sugar score. Recently, I read one joke also. Earlier, people to ask about the marks. Now they are asking about the diabetes score. 300, 200, 250. 250? Hey, why you are not doing? Every day I go for walk. Immediately, wife says, every day he eats even sweet also. What is the fun of going for a walk? So the ability which you already have, but you are not able to organize. Why you are not able to organize? Because every feeling is being driven by your thoughts. Behind every feeling there is a thought. Directly it is difficult for you to change the thought, feeling. What you can change? You can change the thought. What thought you will redesign so that your feelings can become minimized? The thoughts, people say that it's okay to eat once in a while, right? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? अरे जिंदगी में क्या है, और 60 आ गया है, जो 60 के बाद बीते वो सब बोनस है. ये बोनस में एक मत खाओ, वो मत खाओ, ये मत यहाँ, अरे कितने दिन ये सुन के मैं थक हो गए, छोड़ दो यार. ठीक है, कुछ हो गया तो देखेंगे. Multiple specialty hospitals around in Hyderabad. What is there? My house is at nearby, 4 hospitals. 5 minutes roop, yeah, क्या है? This is how this value system will drive them to go and eat. Temptation comes because your value system is not established properly. You give many excuses. That excuse will push you to catch up the feeling, and it converts the desire, then it enters into the temptation. And when people are there between you achieving your temptation and your spouse exists, sometimes your kids exist. Then you need to know that what kind of wrong methods of thinking pattern. There are worldwide thinking patterns are there. Yeah. See, these are the 10 unhelpful thinking styles. We call them as a cognitive distortions. Technically, we call them as a cognitive distortions. In general, we say that wrong methods of thinking pattern. Because we never taught by anybody how to think. Did you learn any time? Does anybody taught you in the college or in schools or at home? Kaisa सोचना है? Nobody taught us. The most important things in any of the schools or colleges we need to make the children to understand is, one is we should teach them how to understand, how to think. This is number one. Number two, how to understand your own emotions. This is the most important aspect of that. Number three is that you need to know how to understand the money. These are the three most important aspects of any person's life. We were not taught by the most important things which are supposed to learn by anybody. We don't learn anything in the college or schools. We learn by means of watching, by means of looking, by means of our challenges, by means of our need. Those things, out of things we learn in the life, and that the 50% of life will disappear. So these important things, one thinking we call that as all or nothing. Sometimes called a black and white, sometimes we call it electric switch thinking. Electric switch thinking means on and off. I'll tell you one simplest situation. Let's suppose your friend, you invited your friend for your birthday party. You people claim that, is your best friend. But unfortunately, because of some reason, he did not turn up. All people came, they started asking, hey, where is your close friend? No, he said he will come. He did not come. Then party is over. Next day, you don't feel like to call him also, ask why he did not come. Because all the people around you tell that, बहुत कुछ बार बोले ना, वो close friend है, party का है क्या? नया ना? हाँ नया है. So क्या मतलब क्या है? क्या सोचना है? Then our mind starts functioning. If he comes, he's a close friend. If he did not come, he's not a close friend. See, you have been friends for the past 10 years. So many things you both can really made things each other. They each one played bigger role in your life and all the challenges. Just because some reason he did not come for the party. So what makes the difference? But immediately you start thinking black and white. He did not come, so I declare myself that he is not my good friend. See, these kind of things you all need to learn to challenge. This may be with not only birthday party, might be with some other things. Maybe you are sick, your friend did not turn up, right? Maybe you are facing some challenging life, but that same friend could not come and show their shoulder to lean upon, or did not come and help you for various reasons. So these kind of wrong matters of thinking will push you to entering into the all kinds of unhelpful desires and unhelpful temptations will creep into yourself, and you really don't know how to handle them. And you resort to that, and it brings the unhelpful results which made your life totally disturbed. So like that, there are so many other things are there, overgeneralizing, mental filter, jumping to conclusions, emotional reasoning. You can go to the Google, it's a very popular sheet which is available across the globe. These are the most common 10 types of cognitive distortions. You go to the Google and then say you will get this sheet. So check just go through with open mind, just go through and see how many of you are having. Many of them have at least 50% of them, and that is the major thing which causes them to bring a lot of disturbance into their life. So once you realize and understand that emotions are there only to give a acceleration what you want. And as we started asking about the anger, somebody said to control, somebody said to things make it happen as per your wish, right? So first of all, my aim is to make you understand that what is the goal of every feeling what you experience it. Because every feeling will have a goal. Without goal, no feelings will come. Only thing is we need to check. We should know that to check the feeling, check the goal of that feeling. What is the goal of fear? Why people experience fear? To protection, okay. A safety. Why people get fear? Huh? Of course. When people experience fear. Failure? One aspect is failure, but in general conceptual way, what we can say. Failure is for one particular incident. Okay, sir. Ignore, huh? Risk, okay. Fear of unknown is natural in the life, we agree. But the idea is that why fear comes into the life of anybody.
When we don't meet others.
Pardon?
By the achievement
No, huh? Exactly. There is you are going to lose something.
yes.
Children are fear of exams. Why? They feel,
When they will get less marks.
they feel that loss of their image, loss of trust of the parents. So, underlying commonality across the fears, different people may experience different situation fears. But the idea is that there is some loss. Whenever you experience fear, you should check it. What is it I am going to lose? Why I am feeling so much fearful today? Then your mind searches and pick up one idea and give to you. Keep it in front of you. Then you should check. So, is it really a loss is a permanent or temporary? Your fear will disappear. So, any kind of temptations or any kind of desires which are dominating you, you can go with a very simplest table, cost analysis table. Advantage of this temptation, disadvantage of this temptation. Simple. You can write with open mind as many as you can. It is only between you and your paper, nothing else. Don't show to anybody else. So that you can pour it down whatever it goes in your head. Then each statement, read it and say, is it a short-term impact or long-term impact? In the advantage or a disadvantage. Then it gives a complete picture. Then your brain perceives at what it is. Then you realize and understand that for a short-term benefit, I am at the risk of getting a long-term disadvantages. As a wise person, is it necessary to take a decision to still want it and work on it? It tells you, I think, not necessary. Recently, a person came who is practicing an advocate, he is just 35. He has sugar, high shoot up sugar by age of 35, and he has blood pressure, and he has anxiety issue. He said, just recently I settled, sir, in my life. Now financially I am good. I said, how is your sleeping pattern? That is only the problem, sir, actually. I go to the bed around 11 o'clock. I keep on watching reels, Around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I will get sleep. But 5:30, I will once again wake up. Then how much money you made till now? I have made a good asset, sir. Then how much score of your sugar? It goes 300. So you also achieved that. Apart from your bank balance, you also, collect a big balance of your sugar, isn't it? And also BP. See how much you developed anxiety, you developed sugar, you developed BP, you also have a good bank balance. ఇప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ వేస్ట్ అనిపిస్తున్నాయి సార్. రాత్రి at midnight 2 o'clock, I feel like what is it I have been doing all these things when I don't get sleep when I want. See, people realize only when they lose it. Isn't it? So these are all, the whole human journey, human life journey goes only with the major two things, thinking and feeling. If your thinking can be understood and challenging your thinking patterns, you will have absolute balanced state of mind with your feelings and emotions, and that only can make you become better. And to have a better mental health, one is that you should have the clarity. And I suggest you check your all the belief system what you are carrying since childhood to till now. It's like a overhauling, challenge yourself. That what are the value system, what are the beliefs which you have been carrying unconsciously, are they really helpful for you to progress or not? That is number one. Number two, then you can develop the empathy and practice the forgiveness. Recently, one divorced couple came, no, not couple, male came. He started telling, so many things about the wife. I said, already you divorced, no? Yes. Then why you are carrying inside head? किस लिए हो गया ना वो कहानी तो बंद हो गए. Still you are not a divorce in your head. Yeah, unable to forget, sir. मैं क्या करूं? I said, learn to forgive. उसको forgive करना, मैं जिंदगी में नहीं करता हूं मैं. अरे क्यों? फिर क्यों divorce दिया? If you don't want to forgive, why did you give divorce? You must have be with you and fight with her. That would have been better, no? Do you say that you want me to forgive? No, I am not saying. If you want to be peace, you should forgive. Otherwise, every day she sits in your head and make dance. At the time when she was there, you told that, she made you to dance. Now, even absence of her also, you are dancing. You got training so much that without her also, you started dancing. किस लिए? Yeah, I never, I'm ऐसा सोचे नहीं साहब. सही बोले आप. मैं कैसा बाहर आ सकता हूँ इससे? I told him, learn to forgive. Forgive बोले तो सब हो जाता है साहब. No, what is the meaning of forgive? It's not like, giving a divorce in the court. You should learn that, resilience to understand the human emotions. We forgive people not because they deserve the forgiveness, but we forgive because we wanted to have peace of mind. Yeah, naturally, isn't it? Yes. And then we have a few exercises and come out of the cognitive distortions, listen to music, learn music, and also as you are all, practicing here, Brahma Kumaris, hope that you're all practicing meditation also, isn't it? So that also can make you become better. But when you have mental health, you need to meet a professional. A smallest disturbance are there, not able to get the clarity. If you can sit in, process of meditation, it make you become more calmer, quieter, better, and your, things become more clear. Then you get the clarity. But when really you are undergoing a lot of anxiety, right? I suggest you, apart from doing your own things, but you should also meet the professionals. Because these are all the clinical things, anxiety, depression, obsessions, just because I read a lot of research materials. Apart from taking this, if you can do it parallelly, these two things are going to help for you. And when you realize that there's a clinical depression is there, just meditation, what I heard, what I read in the research, that will not going to helpful for much. But in the regular day-to-day life, when you are really stressed up, definitely it helps you. So I think you have a lot of professionals with you to teach you how to experience the meditation and get all the positive vibes and to progress in your life. But as far as the mental fitness is concerned, that you check every time that what is our competency, what is our autonomy, what is our relatedness. If these three things are in sync, then automatically end of the day you feel very happy and energetic. Because these three are the only thing which can make any human being to feel mentally fit, and mentally it only make you mentally strong. Provided this, whatever the cognitive distortions, whatever we discussed, I think you can start working on that, and definitely it helps you to progress and makes your life more better. So thank you very much. It's already 5 to 8. Actually, I have to go back. So you have any questions, please ask me. In 5 minutes, we'll finish it up.
Sir, I am not getting sleep in night.
Since how many days?
Nearly 2-3 months.
Nearly 2-3 months. What you are doing in the night?
Nothing, I am seeing phone.
Oh, very good. So that is other idea, The people who wanted to watch mobile more, they come to an idea that understanding that I'm not getting the sleep in the pretext that they watch the mobile. So what you can do? No, you tell me. It's your sleep, right? See, first one thing is that you need to check it up. These cognitive distortions, number one. Number two, what are the things which are popping up in your head when the night progresses? And then you, instead of allowing your brain to think while on the bed, put it on the paper. Don't allow any thoughts in the bed. If you get any thought while sleeping, you keep one white paper beside you, write down all the thoughts and give a suggestion to yourself, tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, I'm going to discuss about these things. This practice this. Very simple technique, but it will be very, very powerful. And even in the day-to-day life also, don't think in the brain. Ink on the paper. Think on the paper. That will unburden you and it makes you become relaxed. This is number one. Number two, you have to go for regular physical exercise. Go for a jog or play one game. Number three, have a good friend where you can put it yourself as it is, as you are seeing yourself on the mirror. These things are generally helpful. Still it is not going, you need to meet a professional to diagnose it and then to give the proper help. Okay? Yeah, please.
2 questions are there.
Yeah.
One, as an individual, when you are going through clinical depression or any of such situation, you feel you are fine.
Yeah.
So the other people feel that you are not fine.
Yeah.
So how do you convince yourself that
Yeah.
you are not fine?
Yeah.
And you go and take some kind of an external help.
Yes. Yeah. Let me answer this. Okay. See, whenever you feel that your things are good, it is a very simple, important thing that first, who is the person to identify all these things? If you are elder, your spouse, right? Next, your family members. Next, in the office colleagues. Okay. So what we need to do? First of all, when they are keep on telling that, your mind tells you that you need help. When you are undergoing all these things, your mind definitely tells you that you need some help. Because at some point of time, your body and brain feels helplessness. But you are under a denial mode. Right? So, first you to check that what are the things I am denying, number one. Number two, how many people are telling that you are not doing good? You need help. So, these things only can help anybody to go. But still people are in a denial mode only, right? So, at that time, basically I suggest to the spouses or friends, right? Push them continuously to take the help. These are only things. So, many of the people, what happens, I know recently, just coming only, one mother called me. He's a 17 years old guy. He is watching too much of, mobile. He is not going to the college. He is not sleeping in the nights. And every day morning, he will get up around 3:30 or 4. Then he will take bath and keep on doing all pujas. Anybody who does puja more than half an hour, more than 1 hour, 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, it is an obsession. It is not bhakti. So, some of the people, they really don't know that they are really doing great thing. Are, ma koduku enta puja. Bhaktur ante veede. But problem is that he is suffering with the obsessions. The obsessions will not allow them to get out of that. These are people who are suffering with the obsessions, they go to the bathroom, they spend for more than 1.5 hour. They vacate all the 1500 liters of water in the tank. Because they keep on washing. They take the bath for hours together. So, these are all hyper cleanliness is considered to be a problem. Okay, sir. So, if you take out these things, only can push them. But the research says that the clients who are come to us, who are considered to be adults, they definitely experience that they need help. And they really wanted to go. But they don't have courage to share this with others that I am suffering with the depression. Because For mental health, there are a lot of taboos there in the society. People may brand, hey, depression nanu, hey, neegan depression, hey, you are getting depression, how can you be in the depression? You have everything, you have money, you have good family, you have everybody, you are in good position. People think that if you have everything, you would not deserve to go under into the depression. You know, it's a problem. People come and ask me, hey, what is it, sir? My son has everything. I given a car, I given a dress, I given everything. Why that fellow to be going to the depression? Go into the depression. Do you mean to say that he opted it? Do you mean to say that he got some eligibility to take a depression into his body? It is not. So this is how the myths are there in the society. So without in the denial mode, if anybody is suffering the mental health, so I suggest you to meet with a professional, take the help, and you with the therapy sessions without pills also, many of the professionals help them to come out of the depression and anxiety. Sir, second question. Yeah.
Children are not so welcoming to suggestions.
Yes, yeah.
So because of that, even if they have challenges, take them for a counseling. They will not come along.
Correct.
So if they are not going to come along willingly,
Yeah.
automatically
Yes.
they will even listen or take anything forward.
Yes.
So how do you tackle such
Yeah. See, this is not just things happen in one day, sir. Actually, the parent-child relation should be goes with like in the friendly environment with some limitations. You know, there are 3-4 parenting styles are there. You know, we say helicopter parenting, we say tiger parenting, we say lighthouse parenting, we say road bluff parenting. There are 4-5 types are there. If you are in the tiger parenting, if you are in a helicopter parenting, children always, in the denial mode to accept any message for you because they are afraid to counter with you or open a dialogue with you. And people who are with a lighthouse parenting where they help you to progress, but whenever suggestions are required, if they ask, they give the suggestions to the children. In those type of parenting, children will come, they are ready to understand and come for the sessions. But in the different types of parenting, definitely children in the denial mode. So what you need to do, and also I suggest all the males are more here. See, by the time you return from the office, enter into the home, if the children are sitting and studying after entering in your house, don't believe that. And don't expect that as soon as you enter into the house, your house should be neat and the children should read. If that all looks that, means there is some drama is going on in your house. So males, please be careful. Your spouse can have a plan that they know that what time you will come. As soon as you are coming, just 15-20 minutes before itself, every stage will set ready and create impression that everybody is in their own roles behaving properly. It is not. Actually, whenever father enters into the house, the children need to come to you and talk. And they should show the concern that they are waiting for you. These are the things to be expected, right? So if nobody is coming unless you call, something is going wrong in between. Okay? So,
They already make a plan.
yeah, they have a plan for him. Yeah, they want to keep this fellow into good humor, isn't it? Yeah, please, sir.
I think mobile addiction is it's a root cause of so many.
Yes. Yeah. See, the question, right, sir? The question is that why people go into any kind of addiction? What must be the reason? Any other? Huh? Oh, okay. Sir. One is that?
Diverting attention from something else.
Yeah, diverting attention, passing the time.
instant gratification?
Yeah, instant gratification. Okay.
After COVID.
Yeah, pardon?
After COVID.
Yeah, after COVID it is inevitable now. But the problem is that either elders or old people or teenagers or children who given the option for the people to watch the mobile. Parents. So problem lies where? With the parent. That is number one. Number two, the reason for anybody's addiction, too much of addiction, is that they are suffering with some anxiety issues. Because their fear is inside is so much, they are unable to stand with self. So they want some shelter where they can feel safe. So mobile phone is one thing, it makes them feel safe. If you consider an adult who is making money, why people booze regularly? Why they drink regularly? Because they are also suffering with the anxiety. When they drink something, that only make them feel safe. Anybody who is repeating same thing for more number of times, what does it mean? They think that they are very safe in that position. That is the reason they drink. The one thing sir told that, they don't want to be in the reality. They want always in a situation where they feel safe and it will be unrealistic. Nothing is going to fall on their head. And those activities only can make them feel that nothing is going to fall on their head. That is how these addictions will come. Any addiction, matter of fact. Children are going for drug addiction. Why? Because if you can look into that, the drug is for what? What drug gives for the person? Even drug is manchi.
Away from reality.
Huh?
Away from reality.
One is away from reality. Second is because their dopamine levels kick in when you use the drug, because they feel disconnected with the people around them. When you use the drug, they feel that they are connected. They feel happy. They feel sense of belongingness with the things around them. They feel safe, they feel happy, they feel good. That is the reason they go for drug. Any child who is practicing drug, the roots goes to their childhood days. See, this is a very common issue that parenting is one of the most important aspect. For any human being, మన జీవితంలో జరిగే పెద్ద దౌర్భాగ్యం, పెద్ద ప్రమాదం, పెద్ద డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఏంటంటే ఎవరు చేస్తారంటే పేరెంట్సే చేస్తారు. No one will do the damage to the children other than parents. Why? Because they really don't know. Because they never learn what is the parenting, how parenting need to be done. And you all need to understand that the first year is the most important year of the child. Any child who is feeling anxious at the age of 30, 40, 20, it is being, first root is being done in the first year of the child. The relationship with the mother and the child. That's how the relationships are shaped up. That's how the people shape their personality. Oh, already 8:05. So thank you very much. I need to rush it up. So thanks for the session, and I hope that it is more useful for all of you.
Thank you very much, Veerender ji, for giving your time and sharing the valuable insights. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Yes. Because he shared very good examples and he made a very serious topic in a humorous, way, right? So thank you very much for your time. No, one second. I would like to welcome Vasanta Didi and Vamshi Bhai to give you the godly gifts and some prasad from Shanti Sarovar.